All right, guys, welcome to the Bean Lab, and this is an exercise in artificial selection or selective breeding. And Miss Jaw and I are going to walk you guys through the steps. The purpose of this video is for you to use it as your procedure on how to complete this lab. So at your table, you have some beans, and you each have a ruler. You're working with your partner, your elbow partner, and you have this template that we're going to use for our artificial selection and selective breeding lab. So here we go. So you ready, Miss Jaw?
Yep.
All right, so the first thing you're going to do is you are going to randomly select 10 beans. Don't look, just randomly select 10 beans. And you can use this paper as a template. If you need a little bit more space, use your table. But we're going to do everything on this template so you guys can see what we're doing. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I got my 10. Alrighty. And I know it says this has been confusing for previous classes. It says selected beans. This is for later, so just ignore that 6 beans. But you're always going to, oh, that one's broken. I want that. That goes into my reject pile. Here we go. All right, so you want 10 whole beans, and here we go. Step one, you are going to measure the total length of these 10 beans. In Schoology, you should have this graph opened up. Our goal in today's lab is to see, can we change the length, the average length of the beans in this population? And we're going to attempt to do this through a simulation of selective breeding or artificial selection. Kind of use those two words interchangeably. So we are going to be selecting for the longest bean length, but we start with a random population. So right now we're going to find the total length of these 10 beans. And to do so, you are going to grab a ruler and you are going to measure in centimeters, not inches, because we're in science land. You're going to measure in centimeters the total length of these 10 beans. So wherever you have room, you are going to go ahead and you're going to do that. And your partner's going to do that too, because you're each going to turn in your own set of data. There will be similarities. You're going to be choosing beans from each other's piles. But essentially, you ultimately will have your own pile. You'll have your own data to submit today. All right, so I got my 10 beans here, and notice that they are lengthwise, not width. We're going for longest, and I'm going to say mine look like they're about 12.6.
I'll say 11.9.
All righty, so you, with whatever your data is, you would go in and type it into this line right here. So I'm going to say 12.6. Don't put in the centimeters because it's already there. And then my average, remember, you're taking your total, divide it by 10 because you have 10 beans, and 12.6 divided by 10 is 1.26. Alrighty, so now you're ready for generation 2. So if you need to, please pause the video right now. Do that step 1 and then unpause when you're ready for step 2. So go ahead and pause, and when you're ready, come on back. Okay, you guys must be ready for step 2. You've recorded the 10 beans that you chose at random. You recorded that number of total length and average length in your data table, and now we're ready for round 2. All right, Miss Jaw, you ready?
Let's go.
Let's do it. All righty, so you guys have this template. And there's 10 boxes, and you're going to put those 10 seeds that you just measured into that box. So now you and your partner are going to take turns selecting for the trait desired. Remember, this is selective breeding. You're picking the bean seeds that are going to grow the plants with the biggest beans or the longest beans. So you are each going to select 6 of the longest beans from all 20. So Miss Jaw, why don't you go first? All right, yeah, you got that was a good one. So you can take from either side. This one looks really good. And you are just going to do this for the next round. And you're going to repeat this process, but just watch carefully. And if you get lost, you can pause, rewind, and listen to us again. All right, looking for the biggest beans. Definitely don't want that one, but this one looks pretty good. And you can select from any of the 20. Oh, man. I know it does. All right, I'm going to take this one. All right, so we each have 6 beans. What do we do with these guys? Well, they are the unselected. And so I'm just going to sweep these away, and they're just going to go in their own little pile. Don't put them back in the cup, but they kind of go away. Okay, so go ahead, pause the video, and do your bean selection. Remember, you're each taking turns selecting those 6. So go ahead, pause, and then come on back when you're done with that step. Okay, you're back. Now you're ready for the next part. So you have your 6 selected beans. These are selected, you did the choosing. But there's always a little bit of random. We are going to go back to our population of 10. So to simulate the random, we are each going to select 4 beans from the gene pool without looking, and then we're going to take total measure or total length again. 3 and 4. All right. Not looking. I really want the big ones, but this is the random. Got a small one, that's okay. Broken can get returned. Don't feel for the big ones. Just take what you can get. All right. So now we each have our 10, and we're going to measure for our second generation. Remember, you're doing that in centimeters. And so this is where we're kind of back at the beginning. And you're going to line those beans up along that ruler's edge, end to end. And remember, what is our goal? Our goal is to use selective breeding to get the longest beans possible. Okay. I don't think I see much change. I have 12.6 again.
I have 12.9 again.
Oh, interesting. All right. So now what you would do is you go back to your graph and you would type in your data. Okay? Okay. Alrighty. So, oops, I forgot a number. Okay. So that is how you would do round 1 and round 2. To do round 3, you take your 10 beans and start your bean draft one more time and just repeat until you get to round 5. All right. If you need to rewatch any of the video, but now you are going to go back to choosing. I get to go first this time. And you are each going to choose your 6 beans.
This is tough for me.
I know. Choose your 6 beans, add 4, and then measure and repeat until you get to the 5th round. All right, go get it.